guys, welcome back to M&F. Today I'm doing the long-awaited toddler learning binder video. This is a homemade learning binder that I use for my 20-month-old who is getting into color sorting and shape sorting and learning about the world and animals and all that good stuff. So I have compacted all that into this binder. We don't do all the activities sitting down, like go through it all at once. I take out the different sheets and do them at different times that I find are appropriate. We usually do phonics with the letters though at breakfast and numbers at breakfast also or soon after. So we always get that in every day, but we don't do all the activities in here every day, just when it aligns with my homeschooling plans. So I've taken a lot of ideas from Pinterest and Instagram and made this folder. I did look for learning folders at first and I found some on Etsy that were super expensive that I could just do the same thing, print out, laminate, and be 10 times cheaper. So this is the end product. I am very impressed with it. I did a preliminary one that it turned out a bit like this, and it just was not good. You can see not laminated, it's just cardstock, and I colored on it. But we leave that in there just for laughs and giggles, I guess, to make me feel better about myself. So I'm going to start with the front. It just says Everett's Learning Binder, and it has a little like clip art picture of somebody I thought looked like Everett, the closest I could find. All right, so in the front pocket here, you will see we have our heads and tails game. If you go on my Instagram, M&Ev_, I have a bunch of our DIY activities on there as well as our sensory boxes. And this is one of my DIY activities. I wanted to do some simple two-step puzzles and couldn't find any, so I thought I'd make my own. I took the Eric Carle illustrations, printed them out, laminated them, cut them in half, and he likes to put these together depending on what animal they are, heads and tails. So I just keep that in our learning binder, safe, so I know where it is. All right, the first thing you see here is our colors. So I printed out 2 of the same picture that I made. I did just different colors on here, and then I cut one of them out and did little Insta Velcro on the back so he can match these up, and he's learning about Velcro, so he likes to pull them off, put them back on. I usually take them all off and then just have him put them on there first, and he likes to play around and do that at the same time. Next, you will see here are our animal pages. We have the farm and we have the jungle, and I have a household one as well that has pets. With these, we like to go through and I'll say, you know, what sound does a horse make? What sound does a cow make? And he will do the sounds. This was great in teaching him his animal sounds. But we also have little plastic animals that I got from Target. They were like $2.99 each. Here's an example. Here's our pig, and I will lay all his animals out, and then he will set them on top of the picture that they go to, and he does so great with that. It's very impressive. So I have farm, I have jungle, and then I have in here, I don't have it organized in any specific way, but I have household. So we're still learning hamster, but he likes the she's for fish. He's goofy. Next, we have fruits. I have yet to do a vegetable one because we're just learning about fruits for right now, one step at a time. And we have felt fruits and vegetables that I do the same thing that he does with the animals. He places them on there, and we usually just go through and I'll tell him what they are, and then I'll ask him to point to which one it is. And he does really good with this as well, but we're just not to the point we're at veggies yet. But that will be the next step. Next, this is like a little DIY activity. It's a rainbow and it has these little holes cut out of it, and I will have him take colored pom-poms and set them where they are supposed to go according to color. Next, we have transportation. He's a big transportation fan, so that's why I put this one in here. You can always pick up what your kids are interested in and try to incorporate that into the learning folder, which I highly recommend you do because they will be more interested in it. And we go through, we say what each is. we have little figurines that he can put on top of it. He likes to do the sounds of all of them. He shows me like, oh, the airplane, like we put our arms out and we fly through the air. Fun stuff like that. Boats, you know, he knows about the boats because we do boats in the back. All right, so this I spoke a little bit about. This is just the basic alphabet that I have here. I'll point to each letter, but instead of saying A, B, C, I'll say A, B, K. And we'll do phonics, so the sounds of the letter, because I feel that at this age, this is best to getting him ready to read, as if he knows the sounds of the letters. But of course we do like sing the alphabet, all that stuff, so we can learn the letter names. And then I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers here. We usually just stick to 1 through 5 for now. I mean, he is 20 months old, but of course I will do the other letters in there. Great activity you can do with this is if you have like palms or a certain object, you can ask them to put how many that there are on there. According to the age of your child, you can, thank you, make the learning folder what it needs to be. Here I have his name, and we always go through the letters just saying what the letter is for his name, like E-V-E-R-E-T-T. And I'll ask him to point out where the E is, because he can do that for right now. And below here, can't really see it, but I have animals. So the animals to associate with the letter. I know V is really weird. I had to put a vulture, but whatever. So like elephant, so we can learn in that way. Here's my little ghetto ones that I keep in here. Here, this is a great one. I have the parts of the face. I'll ask him, where are the eyes? And he'll show me the eyes. And I'll say, where are your eyes? He'll show me his eyes. Where's the ear? Where's the nose? Where's the mouth? So we do that a lot, and he enjoys that. Here's my second copy of the animals, because my next step would be to cut those out like I did the shapes and Velcro them on there so he can play with that. This is a color shape match, which it's very open-ended for me. I just put this down, you give him things that are the colors that you would put on here, and just have him place the objects to the colors. And originally I had shapes cut out that he could Velcro on there, but I just decided against that. So the next thing, we're getting to the last part of the folder here. For now, I do plan to add over time according to his skills and what we are learning, but this is it for now. This is an apple tree, and it's Velcroed on here. This is just pretty much a Velcro activity, and to enhance his fine motor skills. So he takes them and he Velcros them in the spots they're supposed to go, and we count them. So there are 5 apples there. And he can, you know, you can write on these because they are laminated, and a great thing is when he's learning his numbers and his name, you can take a dry erase marker and write on anything in here because it's laminated. And here is, this was the saddest one I have, so I keep it last, but these are just shapes, just to recognize what they are, because they're all the same color. So like square, circle, and that's what we work on. With this page, it's not associated with any kind of color that way. And here in the back, I just keep a bunch of his learning resources for me, so I know where they are. We typically just take, you know, it out of here so he can work on individual activities, and he can touch them. He can get his dirty hands all over him, which is what he does like to do with it. But that is our learning folder. It is very expensive to laminate things, so I went and bought a little laminator from Walmart, which was only 19 bucks. And then I bought a bunch of the staples. It's like a little, it's almost like an instant laminator. You just put them in the picture inside, and it has 2 halves of it, and it covers it, and then you put it through your laminator, boom, laminated. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Em and Ev and supporting me. Remember to like and subscribe, and go follow me on Instagram to see more content, Em&Ev_. So you will see all of our sensory boxes and bins, and stay tuned for the sensory box of the month, and we'll see you guys later.